All right, y'all, what's going on? It's Combo Breaker 99. I'm back with another video. Make sure y'all subscribe. Okay, y'all, so let's talk a little bit about the fight last night between Sebastian Fundora and Carlos Ocampo. Shout out to both of these fighters. They put on an action-packed fight. I actually wasn't really looking forward to this fight. I almost forgot about it, but I was just in need of a fight last night. So, I was really just looking around for fights on the schedule. And then I remember, Showtime had this card coming on at 10 o'clock. So I said, I need to get my fight fix on. So I need to check this one out. Good thing I checked it out because Fundora and Ocampo, they put on a pretty good action-packed fight. Like I said, it really wasn't like this big, significant junior middleweight fight. But Fundora, he's always fun to watch. He's this freakishly tall fighter for the division. Got a lot of power. Can actually box, well on the inside and, from the outside. But, some of the things he can do on the inside is just pretty impressive for a guy, with his length and, his size. But Ocampo, he came in there, showed resilience. First half of the fight, I think that, he stayed in the fight. He was able to tag Fundora with some good shots early on, but he just never really fought the right fight against this type of fighter. He was never really committed to the body. He wasn't committed to the hooks to the body. And then, coming back upstairs with a good left hook on Fundora, he just kind of spent too much time mid-range or, just stepping right into a lot of these big shots from Fundora on the inside. Because one of the things that, Fundora and his camp, they always work on now, they really stay committed to is, his uppercuts on the inside, and that's where Ocampo, he was really getting busted up in this fight. The first half, I'd say, it was looking a little bit competitive. I think that Ocampo, he had his moments, of course, in the first two rounds. He was kind of piling up volume, but he was never really landing anything big to do any damage. He clipped Fundora a couple of times with some left hooks. Every now and then we throw a left hook upstairs, a right hook, he would clip him. But Fundora's positioning, every time Fundora would just kind of tuck his elbows in and, keep that left glove to his chin, he would take a lot of the impact off of the left hook, and then he would come back with some good counters of his own and just, start really busting up Ocampo. Second half of the fight, I think that Ocampo, it was really just his heart keeping him in the fight. He was never really landing anything big. He's bouncing around on his feet, but it was more so he was just trying to keep the blood in his legs from falling out. He was just kind of bouncing around with his hands down, which, to me was a big no-no right there, because with your hands down against a hard hitter like Fundora, you're just leaving yourself in danger. And that was something I was, kind of criticizing or critiquing Fundora about, whenever the hands were down, he wasn't really just boxing at a range. Fundora, he should have been using his long shots at that point with the hands down on Ocampo. He should have just been jabbing straight down the pipe and then coming back with the straight left hand. There were times where he was using his long shots, but I think that Fundora, he still needs to commit to fighting like a big fighter, because eventually he's going to meet some fast, quick fighters that are going to want to bang with him on the inside, and he can't hang like that all the time, so he's going to have to start fighting like he is, as tall as the Klitschko's, and using those jabs and straight shots down the pipe, so there could have been plenty of times where he could have actually just knocked out Ocampo, but there were some times where, Ocampo's corner, they could have just stepped in and stopped the fight to me, maybe around 7 or I'd say maybe around 8 or 9, because he did get buckled a couple of times from some hard body shots and some right hands upstairs. He got buckled a couple of times in them rounds, and you could just see the face starting to swell up, because I think even Fundora said it after the fight, you could see the swelling in his face starting to really pronounce even in those later rounds. But hey, shout out to Ocampo. He stayed into the championship rounds. I mean, he didn't really offer much at that point. His work rate went down. He just kind of just stayed in there to survive. But I pretty much had Fundora winning the fight 9-3, 8-4. Like I said early on, he had some rounds, but nothing really, too big to take Fundora out of his game plan. But moving forward from here, I think Fundora, he's definitely legit at 154 pounds. He's definitely a handful for a lot of the top fighters there. Even guys like Tony Harrison, I think that his style could be trouble for these guys. I think eventually you will see Fundora challenging in Jermell Charlo. I still think Jermell Charlo's, too well-rounded for him, but, he can still bring it, because he's just presenting a height reach and a style that you don't really see too much in this division. You know, I think Fundora, he's dangerous. He's a lot more dangerous than these fighters like Tim Tszyu and him. You know, I think next I'd like to see him in there with what's his name, Brian Castano. You know, the last guy that unified with Charlo, took his belt. You know, that unification fight. I like to see that style matchup. You know, I know that would probably be a banger. But yeah, man, Fundora, I think he just needs to commit to fighting more of like a tall fighter sometimes. I think he just needs to keep that inside fighting as a plan B sometimes, you know, as long as he has that. But I like to see him commit to more, you know, controlling fights from the outside, outboxing these guys, you know, just dominating with the long range, and then eventually, you know, stopping them with long shots from on the end. But hey, if he wants to do it, put on another banger like that, hey, I can live with that, because it turned out to be a pretty good fight, guys. Let me know if y'all saw it. Give me y'all's thoughts. Who should Fundora face next? Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.